This is it. Let's bring it on. Gates open in the Vodafone New Zealand Derby. One of the first away, John Snow near the inside. Redeem the Dream out wide in Savile Row. It's going now. Charles Bell's putting on a Radeo performance back at the tail of the field. He's done a great job to stay with it. Has Derek Leong, and it's out of the contest, and Lincoln Blue for some reason is about 100 metres behind them as well. So as they come down past us on the first occasion, is Camino Ricosso the leader. Leads by 2 lengths from on the inside now, settling second is Redeem the Dream, and going forward on the outside, Savile Row. Wider out, Rising Red, and Excalibur is fifth as they work up the rise, leaving the straight Sensation in the early part of the Derby. In behind these, High Lad, then followed round by Gingernuts. It got away with him today. It's in just ahead of midfield from John Snow, Beaumarchais, and now 3 wide is Mongolian Wolf. In behind these, Mongolian Legion, then Charles Road. 2 lengths away, Windspell, Sacred Elixir, then leading Roland Stephen Stills, and the other 2 are trying their best to catch up. 10 lengths away, Charsu Bell and Lincoln Blue. So down the back they go, nearing the 1,300 metres, and Rising Red took over. Leads by a half length from Camino Ricosso. Savile Row is right there. 2.5 away next, Redeem the Dream on the inside of the stablemate, Excalibur. 1.5 away, High Lad, and followed on the outside by Gingernuts. Then came John Snow, Mongolian Wolf out 3 wide, Beaumarchais between those. Then came Mongolian Legion, followed by Charles Road. 1.5 to Sacred Elixir. He's back about 6th last. Charles Bell's off and around them out wide. And then came Windspell, Stephen Stills leading Roland, Lincoln Blue as last. 850 out in the Vodafone New Zealand Derby. Spread out over a dozen lengths here, and it's Camino Ricosso the leader. A half length on Rising Red. A length away, Savile Row. He's had the gun run. Then Excalibur, Redeem the Dream under pressure. Going past it on the outside now. Gingernuts is right there. Then followed further back in the field by High Lad, Beaumarchais. With those also John Snow, and then came Mongolian Wolf, Charles Bell, Sacred Elixir a mile off them. Homeward bound in the Derby, Camino Ricosso from Rising Red. 3 lengths away, Gingernuts, Savile Row. Excalibur's looking to run on. And behind these, John Snow. Rising Red went up. Here's Gingernuts. Gingernuts ranged up to Rising Red, battling on John Snow. Rising Red, Gingernuts has got the lead for Opie. Bosson shut the gate in the Derby. Gingernuts has dunked them in the Derby. Second over Rising Red, third at the line was John Snow, and then I think possibly Sacred Elixir on the inside with Beaumarchais, Charles Road. In behind those, Windspell, followed by Camino Ricosso. Further back in the field then would have been Savile Row. With it also Mongolian Legion, then Excalibur, Mongolian Wolf. Further back leading Roland. With it also Lincoln Blue, Stephen Stills, and Redeem the Dream. And Charles Bell is pulled up quickly, understandably, after the line. Number 7, Gingernuts. He proves that the Avondale Guineas was no fluke. And in the hands of Opie Bosson, for those colours of Te Akau, Gingernuts has outstayed them. Rising Red, the Aussie, gave a great sight. John Snow was running on late. Sacred Elixir was making up many lengths over on the inside. But in the end, it is Gingernuts to win the Vodafone New Zealand Derby. Rising Red second, John Snow third, and possibly Sacred Elixir in 4th position. All honours with Gingernuts, Team Te Akau.
Well, he came into the race with one of the best trials going into a Derby by his win in the Avondale Guineas. It was some sort of win by the horse, and today he's been able to track into the race beautifully for Opie Bosson, and what was quite a strange race with what happened at the start, and Savile Row, who went up and then looked gone at around about the 500-metre mark, but Opie Bosson, he assessed it, he got round horses, he was a bit wayward down the straight, but he was able to take it out and run past the Australian and Rising Red, and a big run too from the 3rd horse in John Snow, and Sacred Elixir finishing on down on the inside. But for a horse who wasn't nominated 2 weeks ago for the Vodafone New Zealand Derby, he takes it out, Gingernuts, for Opie Bosson and Team Te Akau. What a run they have had in the last couple of months. Here's David Ellis with you, Aidan Rodley.
They wanted to lead the horse back.
Yeah, David Ellis, I know they're wanting to lead the horse back, but you've just won the New Zealand Derby. What's that like?
Oh, it's an absolute, very emotional moment. It was a terrific run. Just so thrilled for all the team. Thrilled for Jamie and Steve. They've done a fantastic job with this horse, and Opie just rode a sensational race. So unbelievably happy occasion for us all.
First one for Te Akau.
Yeah, first Derby for Te Akau, and it's just a great occasion.
And we can just see the pride in your eyes for the people that are involved in this. Jamie Richards especially coming into the team.
Yeah, he's done an unbelievable job, and a really top young guy and works so well with Steve. And it's just a great team effort. All the team at Matamata, they all work so hard, and it's just wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Stay with us, the man of the moment, Jamie Richards, right on his shoulder. Jamie, we saw some emotion from David Ellis on winning one. What's it like to deliver that first derby for Te Akau?
Oh, it's a huge buzz, mate. Like, we didn't know where we were before the Avondale Guineas, and he come out and run super, and he'd gone home and improved and been a really happy horse. And you know, big thanks to the staff at home. You know, we've got Chris and Nicole Sola, they're doing a super job for us. Kerry Jones and Meru Grills at the other barn, and you know, the quality of the care that these horses get is just second to none. So a big thanks to them, and you know, Dave for buying the horse at the Ready to Run start. He wasn't an expensive horse, and there's a lot of excited owners here. So huge buzz. Opie put him in the gun spot, and it was, you know, a great win.
He did, but Savile Road took him wide on the bend. What were your thoughts then?
Well, as Stevie said before, I was going to tell Opie, don't go outside him because he might hang a bit. But look, you know, he was in the clear in plenty of time. Found the line really strongly. So no, he's, you know, he's a really exciting horse to have around, and hopefully he can take that next step up, you know, as an older horse, and even maybe towards the end of this year.
Sydney?
Give me a couple of days to have a talk to Stevie and Dave, but I'd say more likely Brisbane.
Okay, well done, Jamie.
Thank you.
Number 7, Gingernuts, will take out the Vodafone New Zealand Derby. And our star pedigree brought to you by Westbury Stud. He's a son of Autridge, of a generous mare in Double L. Well done to the Autridge Richards team and the breeders in Goodwood Stud Limited, and ridden by that man in Opie Bosson. He wins another Group 1. And all the Gingernut fans down there as well, the syndicate members. They recently brought some hats and put them together, and well, they're ecstatic. They really are loving this moment. And Bevan, once again, another great ride from the best in the country. So just tell you as well, Royal Ramit race number 6 will be going over to the other channels, so stay here for all the aftermath. And he put him in the right spot, and he was just too good.
Yeah, look, I need to watch this race back. He got into a perfect position. I'm not sure what happened at the start. Chashu Bell bucking. We didn't have the Platinum horse at all.
Lincoln Blue,
sorry, in the race at all. So that changed it up a fraction because he was supposed to go forward. Look, Rising Red's been outstanding as well, working around to that position. Opie had a perfect posse. He's gone forward and around about the 600 metre mark to put himself in the race. Look, he's carved up a tiring Savile Row because the horse is laid in. But he's been in the right posse, he's produced the horse, and look, stayed at 2,400 metres. We knew that out of the Avondale Guineas.
All right, Aidan, back to you.